That is truly unbelievable, Micah. Lutheran Hour Ministries knows the value of education, and their float, Jesus Teaches, the greatest teacher of them all. Set in an idyllic floral wonderland, Jesus is reaching out to 12 modern-day disciples, sitting on tree stumps made of redwood and tan paper bark. He's perched in front of a sheer cliff of white rice and multiple shades of lettuce-seed boulders. Crossing the bridge at the front of this entry gives way to a gorgeous outdoor scene, as you see there, complete with wildlife and a waterfall. And rushing over the boulders, the floral waterfall is a combination of dark blue and white iris and white dendrobiums.
By the way, this is an interesting fact that I love about the Lutheran Laymen's League. It was founded back in 1917, kind of by accident, when a couple of men found out this church was in debt and they couldn't pay back their debt, so they rallied up, they got a bunch of people together, and they raised enough funds, and from that was born the Lutheran Laymen's League.
Here are the Victorian Roses.
Yes, I love this equestrians. They went out of the Victorian age. They started with just 3 riders in 2008. They now have more than 2 dozen. These are, as you said, the Victorian Roses Ladies Riding Society. I could look at them all day. They have such beautiful tack and dress. Their mission is to create a living history and to educate people about what life was like during the Victorian age, specifically back in 1880.
Okay, sports fans, here's one of the teams that will be facing off at the Rose Bowl game later this afternoon. From the Big Ten Conference, dressed in their familiar home red uniforms, here are the Buckeyes of the Ohio State.
That's right. 16th Rose Bowl appearance, Lisa. They make wins instead of losses. Their quarterback this year led them to a 10-2 record, ranked 6th in the U.S., and was also a Heisman Trophy candidate. He was named Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year. He's young, he's talented, and it's a bright
With that band, they are loving.
Yes, well, that is the Ohio State Buckeye football team. They're known as the TBDBITL, the acronym for the best darn band in the land. We cleaned it up for you a little bit. They're also known as the Ohio State University marching band. Let's listen.
ABC's The Bachelor, a new journey movies.
So that band, they're known for doing the scripts. Ohio, that is spelling out O-H-I-O in script and then dotting the I with one band member. An interesting side note is there's a huge rivalry between them and Michigan. Michigan was actually the first band to ever do this script. That was back in 1932 when they played against Ohio State. And then I guess it went over well. The 2 schools were enemies of one another.
We have a brand new float in our parade this year, the first time ever from ABC TV. It's a float-sized version of the Villa de la Vina. That's the mansion that's home to ABC's The Bachelor. This is called A New Journey Blooms. Show host, former football star Jesse Palmer, is on hand, reminding us that the upcoming season marks the 20th anniversary of The Bachelor. He's joined, I believe, by Clayton Eckert, The Bachelor from the upcoming season, and it starts on Monday. This villa is so beautiful, it's no wonder people fall in love there. Surrounded by red roses, the symbol of The Bachelor and the Rose Parade. A 3-tiered floral fountain is spraying iris and orchid petals, and that is real water coming from the fountains. We'll see The Bachelor on Monday night.
Yes. This next group, these horses featured in this group of equestrians are one of the oldest breeds on Earth. Amazingly, their presence has been traced back to the end of the last ice age. They are the Norwegian fjord horses, and these little guys are known for their wonderful temperament. They have an uncanny amount of strength, which make them perfect for therapy horses, assistant animals, also for riding and for doing really heavy-duty farming work. That's their marshal on board, Beth Bayer, showing her riding skill astride the 5 of them. She's very talented.
And this is the winner of the Fantasy Trophy. Just absolutely lovely from Western Asset. They return to the Rose Parade with a nautical adventure. This is Let Your Imagination Be Your Guide. It's a very wise man there, set out to sail the seas of his dreams in a fantasy ship outfitted with straw flower, yellow and red Christmas moms, coffee, and walnut shells. It's also equipped with all the gear he'll need for his voyage: a telescope, compass, spinning globe, and of course lots of books, Mark.
So important.
They're going to be going right by their offices here in Pasadena on Colorado Boulevard, so I'm sure their co-workers and friends will be lined up to wave at them as they go by.
They can check their voicemail when they go by and run in real quick and see.
You're right.
Here are the inductees to the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame, class of 2021. Let's welcome Anthony Davis, the former USC Trojan running back. One of his shining moments back in the 70s when he played a game against Notre Dame in which he scored 6 touchdowns. He's joined by former Big Ten Commissioner Jim Delaney, who has brought a lot of innovation to the table, including the BCS and the college football playoff. And our third inductee is Ron Simpkins, who played linebacker for the University of Michigan in the mid-70s. He was a consensus All-American. Congratulations, gentlemen.
All right, here's the team that's going to be taking on Ohio State later this afternoon at the Rose Bowl, representing the Pac-12 Conference, making their very first Rose Parade and Rose Bowl appearance. They are the University of Utah Utes. They started a little tough, 1-2, but they made a change at quarterback. They finished the season at 10-3. They beat heavily favored Oregon, not once but twice, proven that they are the real deal. And they're playing the season in honor of 2 players, former players, Ty Jordan and Aaron Love, who lost their lives last year.
Providing the soundtrack for the Utes march down Colorado Boulevard. Everyone is amazed by that ginormous movie screen. It weighs in at a ton. Is accompanied by some big sound.
All right, this is the mayor of Pasadena.
Welcome, Victor Gordo. He and his family are cruising down Colorado Boulevard in a pair of extremely rare Pierce arrows, once from 1915 and the other from 1920. He was elected in November of 2020. He has his wife with him today, Kelly, his son Mark, and his daughter Emma. Born in Mexico, he immigrated to the U.S. with his parents as a young child and is a proud product of the Pasadena Unified School District. He's really dedicated himself to a lifetime of community service, so happy New Year, Mayor.
Right, the winner of the Mayor's Trophy for Most Outstanding Float from a Participating City from the city of Burbank comes this look at a knight in shining armor and a fire-breathing dragon who are the best of friends. They're the perfect depiction of an unlikely tale. With the young lady's pet pooch looking on, these two spend their time reading rather than mumbling. They know dreams come true when you spend time with friends. Reading together, isn't that true? Apparently it took a boatload of split peas and green noodle mums to create the scales on that 25-foot-tall dragon. Some intricate animation allows his head to move back and forth, his wings to flap, and his tail to move side to side. And young Miss Rita Lott is resplendent in yellow straw flower, and her playful pup's fur is a blend of silver and black buffalo grass and pampas grass.
I have a special place in my heart for this next entry. The Temecula Valley Horsemen Association. We first introduced you to the horsewomen of Temecula wine country, and recently they've expanded their efforts of preserving and publicizing the Western way of life that is synonymous with the Temecula Valley. And a word about that community. The wagon that you see there on board with passengers, dear family friends of ours, Bob and Aaron Brown, the parents of the late Christopher Brown. Now, Chris was a standout offensive lineman for USC who was a 2-time winner of the Offensive Lineman of the Year award. He played a vital part in that big Trojan victory against Penn State in 2016 that went back and forth and back and forth. There's Bob right there. Sadly, Chris passed away this April. He has ceased waving up. He's waving. Thank you. Yes, I give you a thumbs up too, my friend. That community has supported the Brown family and just put their arms around them. The best therapy Bob says he's had is the horses of that community, because they've been so good and such good listeners as he spent time just out at the ranches with them.
Thank you, Temecula. And congratulations to Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day. They win the President's Trophy. This is a whimsical garden scene called Seeding Tomorrow. You'll see there a stylized blind lady, I think that represents Mrs. Myers herself, pushing her wheelbarrow Mrs. Meyer's latest garden-inspired scents. Through the backyard, she's greeted by some happy sunflowers with smiley black bean and yellow mum faces. We've got roses on the float galore, sculpted with multicolor status, white rice, and straw flowers. And of course, as you saw, real water is being circulated from that gray silver leaf watering can. And there's some purple, I don't know if you can see it yet in front of the float, but that is purple kale cabbage, which I always love to see on our float decorations. Really a beautiful entry, and congratulations to Mrs. Meyer, who is, there's a real Thelma Meyer. Her daughter's the one that suggested they create a line of cleaning products and said the only thing is they've got to smell good and they got to be good for the planet. So there you go.
All right, fasten your seatbelts. Get ready for this next band. They're making their way down our parade route. They call themselves the AOB. It is their first appearance in the Rose Parade. Here is the Tennessee State University Aristocrat